Hi guys, my name is Tom Kendall Fitness, and today I'm going to be taking you through some ways that you can instantly increase your rate of progress through various things that you might have going on in your life. So first of all, the first thing that you can do to instantly improve your rate of progress is set goals, but not the type of goals that you've probably been told to set up until this point in your life. A lot of people have probably told you that you need to set realistic goals, which is fine to start making some small progress. But if you ever want to make it to the top of whatever field you're trying to improve in, then you're going to have to aim for the top. That's going to have to be at the top of your list, that you want to be the best in this category, whether it's the gym or whether you want to get an A on your exams or whatever it is. So the first thing that you want to do that I would recommend is set some goals that you want to complete by the end of the month. Which are going to be the more realistic ones, or what I'd like to call easy. But basically what this is going to be doing is setting yourself realistic goals that then build up to the top goals. So for a 1 month goal, you could say, I want to lose 2 or 3 pounds or something like that if you're trying to lose weight, or gain 2 or 3 pounds if you're trying to put some muscle on. Or you could say, by the end of this month, I want to have done a total of 30 hours revision or something like that. So just little goals to get you started, and then after you've done your 1 month goals, and I'd recommend doing this on your computer or on a piece of paper. I think doing it on your computer or even your phone. I've got mine on my phone. I'll get them up now. Just keep them on my phone so I can always see them on my iPad and my computer and stuff like that. So yeah, after you've done your 1 month goals, you want to set up your 6 month goals. To think what you want to be thinking when you're doing your 6 month goals. What can I achieve in 6 months? You know, how much further along the road do I want to be 6 months, half a year from now? So say you were trying to lose weight and you said 2 or 3 pounds in the first month. For 6 months, let's say, what's 6 times 2? 12. You want to have lost 12 pounds, or maybe instead of saying 12, which would have meant that you'd hit your 1 month goal for 6 months, how about you say 15 or 17 or something like that? Because if your 1 month goal is to lose 2 pounds by the end of the first month of this journey of improvement that you're going to embark on, well, if you're just losing 2 pounds and that was the realistic goal forever, then you're only going to spend your entire life completing realistic goals. So let's say you complete the first month and you've lost 3 pounds or 2 pounds. Let's say next month I want to lose a pound extra than I lost this month. So next month I'm going to lose 4 pounds or 5 pounds. So for the 6 month goal, you want to make it so that you're almost setting yourself up to be increasing the difficulty of those 1 month goals at the end of each month. So once you've got your 6 month goals out of the way, which should be slightly more attractive than the 1 month goals, something that you'll look forward to and something that will be more satisfying to check off the list. After that, you should set some 1 year goals. So where do I want to be a year from now? So say, to put it simply, say if we're still doing this thing of losing weight, if at the start of this year you're overweight, out of shape, let's say in a year's time, instead of using the numbers that are quite easy to measure over short periods of time, instead of using the numbers, maybe just say, by the end of this year, I want to, have gotten it together and look half the size that I was at the start of this year, and do like a before and after photo or something like that. Or if you're really skinny and you're trying to gain weight, say, I want to look twice the size of what I look like now. Or in your studies, if your exams are in a year, then probably most likely you're going to be in half a year. But say if you're working at a D or a C right now, maybe you'd put in your 1 month goals. By the end of this month, I want to be doing this many hours of revision or something like that. And then the 6 month goal is, after compiling all that revision together, I want to have gone from a D to a B or a D to an A. So what, maybe it'd be 6 months I want to have gone from a D to a B, but then the next 6 months will be, you know, B to an A or B to an A star or something like that. So what I'm trying to get across here is that you're just increasing the difficulty for the longer periods of time, so that it's not so much about the progress that you're making on like a linear basis, it's the rate of progress that you're making. Are you increasing the rate at which you're progressing? Are you allowing yourself to reach exponential levels of growth so that every big thing becomes slightly easier and easier to the point where you're just completing goals like it's nothing really? So after you've done your 1 year goals, I've set myself 5 year and 10 year goals of where I want to be, which include things like having a big house, driving an expensive car and stuff like that, which is hard to calculate, and you can't always plot a straight line of how you're going to get there, and it's never going to be a straight line. Just think like in 10 years or in 5 years or maybe even less time, I want to have loads of money, or I want to be here in my job, or I want to look like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson or something like that. The worst thing that you can do is picture yourself in 10 years the same as you are now. The point of this is that in 5 or 10 years you'll be unrecognisable to yourself now. Obviously with the same, you know, maybe moral values and stuff like that. You still want to have your friends and family and stuff like that, but to where they'll be like, wow, look at you 5 years ago, you're so different. What happened? And it's all down to these goals. It's about the goal setting. So the second part of this video, after you've set your goals, these are like long-term goals compared to what we're going to be talking about now. So you've got your everything down to your 1 month goals. Now we want to be basically manufacturing these 1 month goals by going down to the microscopic level of what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. So what I've done and what I recommend that you do, and I'll show you it now, is basically put together a daily plan for yourself. So I've got this file called Daily Timetable, which is basically, I don't know if it'll focus, like it's like a school timetable, I guess, but for the whole day. And I have a template which is like, for me, what would be a perfect day at the moment. So obviously it's going to change over time. And at the bottom of the timetable, just before I go to bed, there is like 10 minutes to craft the next day basically. So what you want to be doing before you go to sleep, or at any point in the day really, you could do it in the morning if you wanted to, is to say, this is what my day is going to look like tomorrow. I'm going to get up at this time, I'm going to have breakfast at this time, or I'm going to start my fasting window at this time. I'm going to go to the gym at this time, I'm going to go for a run at this time, I'm going to do my revision here, here and here. Basically, every minute of every single day you've got planned into your timetable. And the best thing about this is, for people like me who naturally procrastinate quite a lot, if you ever find yourself stuck for something to do, which you won't, hopefully, you just pull your phone out, say, what time is it? It's this time. Oh, I'm doing this now. So you'll basically be doing things all day that are benefiting you, and obviously leave space in your timetable for recreational things. Yeah, recreational things like watching the TV with your girlfriend or your family or something. But yeah, basically streamline your days so you're not spending large amounts of time doing nothing. So next thing is sleep, and this comes into the daily timetable really. You need to be getting 8 hours of sleep every night to make sure you're recovering from workouts, to make sure if you're studying for exams that all of that knowledge that you've taken into your brain, because there's a lot of things you need to know for GCSEs, A-level and university in terms of content. You need to be giving yourself 7 to 8 hours a night, possibly even 9 if you're somebody that doesn't sleep very well, to rebuild the muscles that you've basically torn apart in the gym, replenish your energy stores, all that kind of stuff, and consolidate the knowledge that you've taken in during the day and allow yourself to create new memories. Because the worst thing that you can do, which is the extreme end of this spectrum, is work really hard throughout the day, try and learn all this stuff, and then not go to sleep, because you're basically just wasting the day. Even if you've only done 2 hours of revision or 1 hour of revision or studying or whatever, you still need 8 hours of sleep to make sure that that is being consolidated and put into your long-term memory. So yeah, sleep is important. Get it in your daily timetable. Give yourself I would recommend an hour in bed, watching a bit of TV, reading. Give yourself an hour in bed to lower that heart rate and get yourself ready for bed. Because if you do that, I'm telling you right now, it will be so much easier to get out of bed in the morning if you're well rested. But yeah, the worst start to a day that you can have is not getting out of bed early, because you're basically setting yourself up for failure during the day. The most difficult battle of the day is getting out of bed, and if you've done that, you've won the first battle and you can move on to greater things. So, final thing is to make sure you're getting some exercise, and this, funnily enough, links to sleep, which links to the daily timetable, which links to the goals that we set. If you're not exercising every single day, and especially if you're not going outside, because I know some of you aren't, you're never going to be able to fall asleep. So many people, and I've experienced this as well, so many people will say that they can't fall asleep, and there are people with legitimate sleeping disorders. I know people that work their socks off in the gym every day and study and still can't sleep, and that is a different kettle of fish. But I'm talking about people, if you don't do anything during the day and then wonder why you can't go to sleep, you've got to start putting 2 and 2 together. You need to tire yourself out during the day. Wake up. I would recommend seeing the sun come up, see the sun rise, because that hits a very primal part of our brain, telling us the day's beginning. Watch the sun set. That's letting us know that the sun's going down, we're coming towards the end of the day. Work hard in the gym, use up your energy reserves for the day, study hard, tire your brain out. You should go out like a light when you go to sleep. And this change will not happen overnight. I've been trying to implement it, and it doesn't work straight away, but I've been using a Garmin to track my sleep, and it's shown me that gradually, over the past couple of weeks, doing these things basically means that when I'm getting into bed, my heart rate is now dropping instantly, because my body knows that I'm getting ready to go to sleep, because I've been doing it at a consistent time every day. And I'm falling asleep a lot faster than I used to. Literally sometimes get into bed at like 11, 12 o'clock and still be awake at 2, 3 in the morning, wondering why I couldn't get to sleep. And another thing I would say is, if you are struggling with your sleep, just do some deep breathing whilst you're trying to sleep, focus on your breath, and eventually you will just drift off without even noticing it. But yeah, those are the kind of 4 things that you can start doing to instantly improve the quality of your days, the productiveness of your days, and set you on a trajectory that will help you to achieve your future goals and become the person that you want to be. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. It'd do a massive service to me. Yeah, thanks. This has been Tom Kendall Fitness, and I'll see you in the next one.